So, welcome. We've had a few people that we were expecting but haven't showed, so we might let them in if they come into the waiting room and a couple of dropouts this morning. But we're here, which is important. And a massive thank you to Heena for sharing her words of wisdom with us because honestly, TikTok for me has been a bit of a game changer. Joe, I know, certainly came to me through TikTok, and there's quite a few other people who aren't here right now that have definitely come through TikTok. So, yeah, it's a really great way to get this message out when you feel like, okay, but I don't know anybody, and who can I who can I talk to about this? There's nobody in my circle. There's I don't know how many billion people on TikTok, but it's a lot, and they show whatever messages that you create, they put them out to new people all the time. So it's not like Facebook where it's just going out to your friends. It's out to completely new people who may never have seen you. Plus, you get loads of people following. And the reason why this is so important is if you get to 1,000 followers, you are able to put a link on your profile, which is having his sec lovely, which really makes things life a lot easier. That hopefully we'll get to by the end of this. David and I have both had problems with people not getting into the right Facebook group because there's a few copycats and there's some that might have even predated Gemma's group. So it depends which group you want to send people to. We've got Reach for the Stars and Earn, or we've got Freedom Lifestyle Revolution, but they've both got copycats. So we need to make sure people get the right link to the right Facebook group. And if you've got an ability to put a link in your profile, you can make sure they get the right link instead of asking them to just search for it. So to get that, you need 1,000 followers. And Heena's going to show us how to get there. She's helped me, she's helped David, and she's at 10,000 herself. And what that also means for you is if you get to 10,000, you can actually start earning from TikTok itself. So it's another yet another way of creating some income for yourself, which I know that we're all interested in. So, Heena, over to you. If you're happy to share what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to share my screen. And I've got permission. I've got to send a request, sorry, Madeline, to get access.
You should have
Perfect.
permission
Thank
now,
you.
yeah?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah. So my journey on TikTok actually started late last year. I was messing about with TikTok affiliates, so which basically meant you're buying, you're getting products and sort of trying to sell them on TikTok. TikTok Shop's only been around for like a year, so there's a lot of, although TikTok's been around for a little while, there's been a real shift in terms of the type of users on there. It's not just for youngsters now. People are searching for, buying things and shops and kind of reaching out for um, life-changing opportunities. So this is why TikTok's fantastic for us because we are actually, as Madeline said, there's like millions and there's billions of people there using social media because they're all scrolling and trying to kind of create a better life for themselves. So what I've managed to do is I bought a TikTok course last year. And quite rightly, as you said there, Madeline, when you get to 1,000 followers, you can put a link in your bio. So that will allow you to get people to be sending and accessing the right group. Because again, I was guilty. I didn't realize there was the Freedom Lifestyle Revolution group and one without. And I was, you're right, David, I was sending it people to the wrong group, which I was horrified to, very costly mistake, but yeah, soon to be rectified. So this is why it's so important to get to 1,000 if you can. If you really are quite active, it only takes a week. I've been averaging 1,000 followers a week to get to my 10,000. So, not that I put lots of time in there. The key is this secret, which I'm about to share with you all. So, effectively, you have these there's a lot of people who are trying to monetize on TikTok. So they all know that you need to get to 1,000 and kind of be open to all these kind of creative tools and the creator hub, which I won't go into now. But the key thing is getting to 1,000 for us to put the link on. And what you have is what we call grow live rooms. So these are rooms with hosts, which I'm showing a really nice host here, which I've used, which basically you join the group, the live effectively, and you effectively follow other people. So the rule of the room is like if somebody follows you, you follow them back. So it's a kind of a collaborative approach because everybody is wanting to monetize on TikTok and kind of gain followers so that they can get further outreach. And it's good for us as well because it shows TikTok, we're serious about using their platform because it's an outreach platform effectively. So to cut to the chase, I'm going to show you my favorite Grow Live rooms. So what you need to do is effectively join the rooms and then follow each other. So you'll hear a lot of phrase about tagging and things, which I will show you. But here you can see, I recommend only you going in the rooms which are actually live. So here you can see, click to watch live. So this is if you want to make a note of one, she's on during the daytime. There's some I watch in the evening and some sort of later in the afternoon. So depending on where you are, you'll always find some amazing people. But there are a lot of rooms out there, but sometimes they're a bit selfish. They just say grab me, but we want it to be collaborative and it takes time to find those ones. But these ones I'm going to share will cut to the chase. Join these rooms, you follow them, and everyone knows the drill effectively. So this one here is Joanne Charlotte. So I'm just going to show you. It is very fast and furious. I don't know if you can hear anything. Can you hear anything? No.
No.
Okay, I can hear it. So effectively, it will look different on your mobile. So I probably recommend if you can, maybe actually get your mobile out and want to sort of do it as we're speaking. But here you can see the first thing you'll see, there's 79 people in the room. So that means this is at the top. It will look different because this is my laptop view, but you will see there's 76 people in this room, which is great. So that gives you probably approximately 70 people to follow, and they should be following you back. So there instantly you got 100. So my kind of gameplay was to try and get 100 followers a day, roughly over, to try and get 1,000 a week. So what you would do is there's two ways to do it. You can either click on, it won't work on desktop, but you would click on the number at the top and you'll see a list of all the people in the room. It is based on people gift in these rooms because they want to be seen as more active and visible. I didn't use any coins. I'm a Yorkshire lass, so I'm tight with gifting. But you can see here, I mean, the roses, it's 1 penny. You can send a music play, one a penny. They're all a pennies. These are obviously a little bit more. I don't see I can see why there's an attraction to send gifts and things, but again, when you do send a gift, I don't know if you've ever been in one of these rooms, but you're still only seen for like a second. Whether you send a rose or whether you send like a 5p tofu, it still only flashes for a second. So I don't I don't see the point personally, but you are going to still be in that now that you can see there's 86 people in the room. So what
Heena,
you would do is,
can I just ask you? I'm going to try and do
yeah,
this along with you.
perfect. Yeah.
What am I searching for? Is it the Joanne bit or the Let's Grow?
So I would put Joanne Charlotte. Actually, our Scorpion Queen. She's looked at as referred to
Scorpio
here. So
Queen. Okay.
Scorpio Queen here looks like. Oh, Joanne Charlotte.
Fab. Thank you.
So you can see, and when you do to get to the room, like this is a list of all the top viewers. So you've got Amara. She's actually gifted for 145 coins just because she wants to be at the top. So the idea is you join the room, go to the top where the number is, and then just follow each person. Now, the way to follow somebody is you would click on their name. It might not really work on here, and you can see I'm already following them, but it would say something like follow. Let me see if I can find one where I'm following a lot of people. We're all kind of we're all in the sort of same situation. Once you get into the similar rooms, you'll be
There you are,
you're
Emily.
all like mates. You're already following. So here, right, so you'll find somebody's name. You would press follow. Or you can't see it on here, but there's an at symbol. So if you press the at symbol, the key thing is always, always, always write something like I've got you, or I've grabbed you, or I've followed you. So don't ever follow somebody and not press the at button, which is next to the follow button. always write some words or hearts or I've grabbed you or please grab me back. Don't just, or you can put teamwork, for example. People like to think, these rooms are like a teamwork, which they kind of effectively are, but don't ever not write anything. If you write things which are a bit more engaging, people will be like seeing these things and want to comment. So here you can see people have put purple hearts, and here you can see I've got you, followed you. So you would just go down the list, press follow, press the app button, and say I've got you, and that's it. Is all you need to do. So it's quite simple, effectively.
Hina,
So that's
sorry,
all you need to
can you
do.
just go through again? Because I was distracted trying to get on. Oh, wait, it's very cool. Could you just go over how to find that list again, please?
Yeah, they're in the list of the people. Yeah. So if you go to the top of the screen when you're in a live, like here it says 83, you would click that 83 button right at the top and you would see like a list of all the different people. You can't see it on here, but yeah, so you would look effectively a little bit like this. Click on somebody's name and press follow. Um, I'll just unfollow just so then you can see so you press the follow, and then next to the follow, just here, you can't see it at the moment because it's my desktop, but it will have an at sign. Press the at signs and just put some words like teamwork, or I've grabbed you, or I've followed you, some to that effect, and then you will see your message in the chat, and that other person should then see you've got them and follow you back effectively. So it is a bit fast and furious to chat, but you can see, followed you. People put hearts. People say, I've got you here as an example. We're all family here. So these rooms are really fantastic because they are really kind of the people that we're looking for. We are looking for positive, kind people who are wanting to share, obviously, the live good experience and the opportunity as well. So I think it's great to find people because they'll become your friends and then maybe they'll see your videos as well. So yeah, just short and simple. Join these Grow Live rooms. Go to the top of the list, press follow, and put an app sign, and then put some comments to that effect.
And that seems so easy. And are you saying that how much time a day would you say that you spend doing that to get to your 10,000?
In a day average, so I'm just doing in between, different things. So if I'm cooking, I'll just join a room, and then sometimes I'll just send roses, and then people will see the rose and just follow me back. But not too much time because I'm working full time, and in the evening I'm cooking and cleaning. So just probably about, I know it sounds a lot, probably about an hour, but I'll do like maybe 10 minutes while I'm getting doing my hair. I'll just join a room and just sort of because obviously when you join a room, you'll be part of that 79. And as people are going down that list, they will obviously follow you. So, but yeah, about an hour if you really kind of wanting to get to 1,000. But once you've done that, then it's done and dusted effectively. But it can
Yeah.
be more, can be less, but it depends on the rooms that you join. Like for example, I joined this amazing room, which I'll show you next. And as soon as I join, if they call it the highlight, I got 60 people joining me in like a couple of minutes because they know the drill. They all like, okay, everybody get the person who's highlighted on the pin, they call it. So everyone follows that person rather than going down the list. You can do that. You can't again see. I don't know if it's worth Madeline showing your screen. I know you were mentioning. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, you had a question.
Yeah, just a quick one. So it's 1,000 to be able to put a link on, and 10,000 to start getting paid by TikTok. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, I did get to a 10,000 last week, but it's not as much money as I'd wanted to get. It's only
No,
a few
no,
pence.
exactly.
But
I heard the 1,000 and then I heard the 10,000. I was
oh
just
yeah,
checking I got that around
I
the right
think
way.
it was just a personal goal. I wanted to get to 10,000 because for every video that you do over a minute, you get some kind of a few pence here and there. And I thought I was already kind of halfway there anyway, and I just wanted to do it because A, to get a little bit of few pence, and B, to get more friends so that because I can share the live good opportunity because obviously I'm doing videos every single day. So it just means that they're going to like and comment on my videos as well. So if I only had a small following, I think TikTok doesn't, send your videos out as far as you would like it to. I mean, sometimes people do. People are like, I know in Gemma's group and Laura's, they only have 1,000 and they're doing really well. But it's just everyone has their own game plan, but it's just something I wanted to do. But yeah, try not to get to I don't think it's worth getting to 10,000 if you're initially starting, but certainly be active on TikTok every single day. Do not miss a day. Even if your minute's only 30 seconds, just post even a picture of, your cat or your dog, or just post. People, TikTok really likes it when you're really engaging. And if you miss a day, the algorithms I've seen are not as pushing out my content and my videos is what I've seen from experience. So even no matter how busy you are, just sometimes I'll just put a picture of my cooking, my food and stuff. Not relevant to live but good, but just be on
So
TikTok every day.
you don't always put stuff out about live good.
I do now. I do now because I'm really serious and about this opportunity. Like literally, it is life changing. Like I've done so many different side hustles and I've never seen anything this quick earning. I've never earned anything so quickly. It's always been a long-term thing or there's a yield, but I've never seen anything this incredible. And easy to earn. And I'm working full time. I'm a busy mom in my 40s. I don't know anything about social media. Madeline will know, but I never did social media ever in my life until late last year. Never on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I never posted or even commented because I was quite shy. But I've realized there's a lot of people who are in the same boat that want to improve their quality of their life. And this is so simple. Like all you got to do is share your excitement. So I think that's
I'm
why TikTok works so well.
a bit of a random question. I'm sorry if you can tell me to be quiet, Madeline, if you want to.
No, go for it. That's why we're here. Ask away.
I was looking at some trainings on Gemma's on the Facebook on Gemma's stuff, and she seems to be more towards Facebook than TikTok. I mean, is that seems a bit odd to me because you don't get much traction on Facebook, do you? Has anybody else found that?
So what Gemma, so this is a really good point that I would love to get across in this. So what Gemma is doing on Facebook is not necessarily getting her message out to her new people. Like if I go on my first thing when I open up my TikTok at the moment is Gemma's TikTok video. So that's how she gets her new recruits. But Facebook page is for all of us. And that's why it's so wonderful. We don't have to do any of the hard lifting. All we're doing is sending people there, and then Gemma will do all of that hard lifting for us, and we just make sure that that they see that, and then as soon as they say they're interested, that's when we get tagged and we invite them. So that Facebook isn't for Gemma to get her new people. She's definitely doing that on TikTok. That's for when people have seen us all on TikTok and they all go into that container so that they can see day after day after day, not just Gemma, but all the other people that are, doing so well in this opportunity. So
I don't. Sorry, I didn't put that across properly. Gemma's personal Facebook, her own training says, smarten up your Facebook, look your own look professional, because that's where you're going to engage people rather than TikTok. That's just a churner. Personally, I'm massively into the churner just at the moment, wanting to get happy to have chats with people on Facebook, but
yeah.
so TikTok is, so I am on the right lines. Clearly, TikTok is the way to go to bring
Yeah,
people
I
through.
think so. And just send it. I mean, she already had massive following on her Facebook. I think it's, and I have a very small, I've got my personal Facebook that I don't particularly post about this on, if I'm honest. I've got a secondary page that I post about this, but it's got hardly any followers. So I mean, it's like anything. You find people all over the place. You'll find them from personal contacts, you'll find them from work contacts, you'll find them from TikTok, from Facebook. So it's not about ruling any avenue out. But I think what we're all finding is TikTok's the place where people are genuinely going to look for this kind of what we have to offer. So that's why, and it's getting to that 1,000. And the reason I'm so, Heena, while we've got your screen on, can you show everybody your bio and the link and how you've done your bio link? So
Yeah.
the other thing I really wanted to show, was there something else you wanted to say, Gemma? I think you were going to recommend other Grow Live
Oh yeah.
links for us, weren't you?
I'll
And then let's go to your link if that's all right.
what I'll do is I'll put it in the WhatsApp group, so then you've got the links effectively. So they're the kind of the top um uh followers group, sorry, the Grow Live rooms
Yeah,
effectively. So yeah, so and the great thing about, TikTok as well, you continuously getting new people as you
yeah,
post every day. Like this video here, it's 18K. It keeps growing every single day. It's amazing how many people just sort of kind of posting and wanting to know more. So I've got my bio here, just basically just something personal about me, and then I've got my link tree here. So what I've done with my link tree, because I think, especially for myself, I'm really busy. I just want clear instructions, what you need to do, and just to really make it simple. You don't have to do it, but this is how I've done it. So on my bio, there's a link here to my link tree, which Madeline kindly shared with me, which I never knew about. So here I've put here, hopefully you can see it. It's probably a
yeah.
bit small,
We
but
can see it really well. Yeah. Oh, that's
okay,
better.
good. Yep. So it says here, step one, join Gemma's group. Now, the reason why I've done this is because obviously with the name differences, and people just find it easy just to click a link, and then that we know exactly, where they're going, and it tells them here that they need to join this group. The link is here. They've got to answer those three questions and use our name. Now, got to make sure that the name matches. So that just takes them to Gemma's group and to join up. Second one is I've just said, look, send me a message, because people's names on TikTok are different to what they are in real life. So I'm like, when you're there, let me know who you are. So you don't have to, but I just said for my preference, I'd like it if you just sort of say hello to me, because we want to be in communication with them. We want to kind of guide them and be able to sort of help them if they're stuck, because there's a lot of content in both Facebook groups. And if we're here, look, we're here, we're our tour guide. We can tell them what to do, where to get all the information, and just to enrich them, because there's a lot of wealth. We don't want to just dump them in the group and like fend for themselves. So just trying to make it easy. Then I've just put here, watch this video. So this is the Oh My God video, which is giving them a 15-minute short snap video, effectively, because some videos are a little bit longer, and I like this one personally, just because it got straight to the point. And then I've said, look, once you've watched the video, say I want in, just again making it really clear to them this is what they need to do, because I have seen people who are in the groups and they don't know what to do. And like I've just set it out. Look, once you watch the video and you want to grab in and you want to start, just say I want in, and do it to this video as well. Put that post on. So and then just lastly, I've just put a message saying, if you're stuck, you can come back to me on TikTok, or Messenger on Facebook. So yeah, just trying to make it super simple, because there's a lot of information there, but that's what I've done for myself. You don't have to. You can just put a link to, Gemma's group or whatever what your preference is. But
Joe started
um,
following you. And
yeah.
honestly, that step by step, I've copied that to an extent, but even seeing Heena just spell it out there, I'm going to go back and edit mine, because it's just, I mean, she's right. It is very overwhelming. I mean, Joe, we can all testify to this. We've all been there when you're first in and you go, what, all this information, where do I start? And just making it so simple, doing the step one, then step two, then step three, just guides people, and we all need that. So Heena, that's absolutely brilliant. And if anybody's thinking, well, where's this link tree thing? Literally, you just search it on Google. It doesn't cost you anything. You just create a little account for yourself, and it will give you basically wherever you want to put that link. You decide what you want to call your link. So Heena's called it Heena Mystery 16. I don't know if you can see on her bio there, her little link tree link. It says linktree / Heena Mystery 16. And then within that, it's so simple. They just give you a little dashboard. You copy and paste whatever link you want. So again, from the Facebook group, just reminding you that you can't just invite people. Heena, could you go on to Gemma's Facebook group? And just so
Hmm.
that everybody's really clear on this, because if you're not really a Facebook user, which I, to be honest, wasn't when I started all of this, so to
Mm.
share this group or to get the link for it, this is the group, and then if you click that just underneath the banner on the right where it says share, So what you can't do is click invite. And then at the bottom of that box, you see copy link. And if you send that link to anybody, it will send them to this group. But they'll be asked 3 questions, which hopefully you all remember. One of them is regarding TikTok. So if you're sending somebody who didn't come through TikTok, just tell them just to say didn't come through TikTok or something like that. And they need your name, and they need to say that they're all right with how sweary it is, because it's pretty sweary. And some people aren't keen on that, so that's fair enough. And then you just really
Yeah.
need to keep an eye on that as well, because in your notifications, and I missed, Heena and I both missed these, didn't we? Keep an eye on the notifications, because if somebody that
Oh
you
yeah.
sent there says I'm in, that is where
This
you'll see that.
100% make sure this is switched on, because I'm not a Facebook user much, and I'm like, this was switched on, and people like the admins were tagging me saying this person wants in, and we completely missed them, and we're like,
Yeah,
oh my God, how did we
yeah,
miss this? But yeah, make sure your notification, not because there's loads of notifications, but yeah, make sure your notifications are on, and you check them every day. So
yeah.
I actually had, if there's lots of, yeah, like, so for example, I'll just show you one very quickly. I'll see if I can show you. So here, like Nicole's one of the admins. Look, she's mentioned me in the Freedom Lifestyle group 9 hours ago. And is it gone?
So that, oh, it was there a sec ago.
Yeah, oh, there it
No,
is.
go back.
Hang on. There it
Yeah,
is. I
there.
want in. So then Nicole said, look, Heena, she said, Iron's wanting to join in. So that's an example of why it's important to look at your
So,
notification, because you won't be
Heena,
looking at all that.
if I were you there, I would always go back and reply to that and tell Ian in
Mm,
that group message that you are going to get in touch with them, so
yeah.
that the admin know that that's happened as well, and that
Yeah,
person's not
that's a
just
good shout.
hanging.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
always
yeah.
go back. It's always about
Ad-
communication, this stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Admin mentioned this morning that if you don't reply, then they will basically punish you. So
Oh,
you have to reply. A couple
oh, okay.
a
Good to
couple of
know.
points, and this is why I've decided to spend more time setting up my link tree. The links that we post in TikTok are not hyperlinks, so they do not allow people to click on them and take them away. So the person has to copy and paste it and put it in a browser.
That's what David's talking about, the link in a message. So not when you've got the link in your bio, that is a hyperlink. That means when you press it, it will take you directly there. But if you try and copy and paste that link just into a message to somebody, it won't. They have to copy and paste it into a browser. Sorry, David, just to be clear.
Yeah, and I've lost quite a few people, or I've lost them because they just, apart from the debacle of sending them to the wrong website and then the links not working and all that sort of stuff. I think the only safe way of actually getting a link to somebody is via Linktree, because you know that all they have to do is to click in your Linktree link at the top. And I mean, what you've done, Heena, is great. And I'm going to steal it
Yeah.
because step-by-step instructions. You've solved the problem about being able to see a video on that group, but they can only see it if they're a member, which is fantastic. So it inspires them to do that. Going back, a quick question for Joe. You mentioned about the numbers. 1,000 gives you a link. 1,500 will allow you to sell products on behalf of other people on TikTok. When you get to 10,000, it allows you to become part of the TikTok Creator Academy or the TikTok Creator Group. And if you want a life in making long videos, then you can get paid for that. And for some strange reason, I've actually been picking up, pennies for some of my longer videos, and I've not got to 10,000 yet. So that's weird.
Well, that sounds good to me. I mean, if they're paying you and you don't know why, that's got to be a bonus, hasn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
I want to be able to replicate it though. That's good. And using Heena's system, I went from 200 to 2,500 nearly in about a month. And I have not been spending an hour a day. I've just been going to the groups that she's pointed out. And
Absolute gold. Madeline, can we have trainings like this more often rather than just ad hoc? Because it's you get lost in some of the huge ones, and we're a fledgling growing group, aren't we?
Yeah.
This would be gold here. Thank you so much.
Very
Yeah.
welcome.
I mean, it's wonderful that you're here and you've seen, I mean, we used to have meetings every Monday and it would be myself, Heena, David, and Agnes pretty much that would turn up. And there's a much bigger group. And as I say, there were quite a few people who were supposed to be here and haven't. So it's one thing to do it ad hoc, but it's quite another for us all to keep committing and then nobody showing up. So I take your point, but while we have more people who are going to come, we will definitely do it more regularly. But I think for now, if there is, and you're quite right, it is gold knowing this sort of stuff and having this kind of connection with people. So we will for sure do more particular trainings, and I'll do the same sort of thing. I will send a doodle and the people that want to come can come, and we'll make sure that people are going to show up. And then whatever we think. So Joe, if there's something particular that you would like training on that you don't think is in the stand store or that you think we can help.
You know,
Pardon?
yes, just everything at this point.
Right. And you and I can certainly have a little talk as well, but it is nicer in a group because you get everybody's ideas. But yeah, I take that point and I would love to do more because I think that's how we all grow. But people have to be willing, people have to be willing to show up and be here to make it worth our while. Did anybody else have anything to say at all?
I think very briefly,
Yeah.
we talked about Gemma. Gemma, I believe she has about 32,000 people in her unique matrix, because I think she was the founder of the group, and I think she's found that, and those people have grown and taken up a lot of space. Now, her group has something like 90,000 people in it, and half of those are people who haven't signed up. And I don't know if there's a solution because we don't know what they call when they join because the tick names are different. So there's a very high wastage amount there. And I'm racking my brains to find a way of actually making sure that we uh, have a way of communicating with people who might just be lurking in the room, not actually going through the process of mentioning our names because they perhaps don't want any pressure. And I've got to solve that, but I will. The other thing to take into consideration with Jenna, she has about 20 different aliases and accounts linked to what she's doing. And because she is really good at changing her appearance for her videos, you have to look really, really carefully to see that it's her. And the other thing I know is she has mentioned that she employs a personal assistant. I'm not surprised at what she's earning. And I think what she's doing is she's cutting videos and then her assistant is actually putting them on the varying accounts. And I think that really increases her presence because she's got massive followings, but it's by 10 or 20. And you can post one video on 20 accounts. It's just a matter of getting your head around TikTok and opening up, your clone accounts, which is part of my next step because I've been really frustrated by the strategies I've been using. I tried using the Live Good power line, and I found out that I had nearly 4,500 people go into it from the videos because I was using that link first of all, and only 8 people have actually, put their email address in. So potentially 4,500 good leads who were interested enough to follow the link, and it didn't close them. So that's finished. I'm never going to send anybody there unless they're going to sign up.
Right, we've got 2 minutes. Heena, you've got a question, love.
I was just going to say very quickly, David, just to answer that first question, which is, for my link tree, that's why I've put in that second step to send me a message on Facebook once they're in the group so that we know what their real name is. So if you were looking for a kind of an idea or a solution, that's what I've done and implemented. So we know who they are. Yeah.
I'm going to go into your link tree and
Yeah.
open it up
Okay.
surgically.
Yeah. And this is why we all share with each other what we're doing because it is hugely helpful. So massive thank you to Heena. Heena's going to post the names of the Let's Grow groups that she uses. So when I send the recording out to everybody, I will, for anybody that's not on the WhatsApp, you're all welcome to join the WhatsApp. If you're watching this recording and you're not yet on it, just let me know and I can invite you. But I'll send the recording out and the names of the grow groups, and I'll also put a link to Linktree. You should be able to find that on Google, but just to make life super easy. But it won't be immediately because I've got to dash off now, but I'll definitely do that later today. But
Thank you so much.
so much, Heena. We're so lucky to have you. I'm such a learner on TikTok, so but all we need is 1,000, guys. We don't have to worry too much about the 10,000 that will come and all the rest of it, unless you desperately want to sell on TikTok. But if you can get yourself to 1,000 and get that link tree in there, that's going to make a big difference to you.
Thank
Great.
you again.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
Ciao,
everybody. Have
Nice
a
to see
great
you all.
bank holiday, and
Ciao.
yeah, do message me if you need anything at all.
Oh, it's a bank holiday today. I didn't know that.
It is, yeah.
As was on Thursday, believe it or not.
Of course. Okay,
See you
thanks,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Catch you
Thanks.
later. Bye for
Bye-bye,
now. Thanks,
guys.
Heena.
Thank you.
Bye, Aggie.
Bye.